One, two, one, two, three. Hey everyone, welcome back to Music with Ryan. Thank you for checking out the lesson here for sitting on top of the world in the key of A. We're going to be working out of G position, of course, but I've created two arrangements for this tune, and we're going to start breaking down that first one right now. I'll put the tabs on the screen, and we'll bring the camera on in. If you want to access the full-length lesson, download the tabs and the multi-speed backing tracks. Click the link in the description below. Also, be sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the button down there, subscribe, so you know when new lessons come out. Let's start diving into this first arrangement. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and put the tabs up here for the first four measures of Sitting on Top of the World. And this is the first arrangement here, so more of the basic, straight ahead melody. And you got the quarter note rest there in the first measure, so we got a pickup on beat 2. Let me play these first four and then we'll break them on down. So they sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right there, so in the first measure, we've got that pickup again like on beat 2, and it's gonna start on the open B string there, and just 3 quarter notes in a row. Open B, first fret, second fret. So a little bit of a chromatic walk up into the melody, and then the next measure, we're gonna get to the 3rd fret on the B. And I'm gonna have my pinky already kind of in place right here, because I'm gonna strum this G chord. So I'm gonna have my pinky ready to go, and I'll be strumming the bottom 3 strings here, the highest sounding 3 strings, G, B, and E. And again, the G will be open, the B will be on the 3rd fret, and the E will be on the 3rd fret. So, kind of like a little bit of a banjo, lead in, or even the fiddle would do something like that too. And of course, now guitar. And so in measure 2, I'll play that 3rd fret, B string, and then I'm gonna strum the chord, and so I have notated here on the tab, it's essentially a strumming pattern, and it's gonna be down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So pick, strum, up, down, up. Now the note in parentheses, or the few notes in parentheses, is indicating a tied rhythm. So we're tying over into that beat. It's beat 3 there. And so we're not playing beat 3. Now the right hand is still gonna move, okay? It's still gonna go up and down. I'm just not strumming them. And if you do strum them, it's not the end of the world. It's certainly A-okay, but I do have it marked there for a reason. It's a very common strum pattern, and we're gonna see it again down the line in this arrangement. So you could really focus on that measure to make sure you have that strum in place. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so that measure exactly 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? And then moving on, I'm gonna play the 3rd fret note again on the B string. And then we're gonna go shift up to the 5. And then back to 3. And then open G. So measure 3, all quarter notes, right? 4 quarter notes in a row, pretty simple. And then the next measure, I'm gonna play the 4th fret on the G, and I'm gonna slide into it. Kind of a quick slide. And then I'm gonna make this shape right here, which I call the F shape, which is, again, we're actually sounding an A chord right? Because we got the capo on the 2nd fret, but of course we're playing out of G position, so I'll refer to this as G chord. And it's a very popular shape. And as you see, we do the same strumming pattern there again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down. And again, that note in parentheses is a tie. I'm still gonna have that right hand. The right hand's like always going up and down, nearly, you know, whether I'm picking or strumming, it's always going up and down. It's just sometimes I choose, you know, to hit the notes or not to hit the notes. That helps me keep my rhythm, helps me keep my timing in the groove. So if I put all 4 of those together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And it sounds nice when I slide into those couple notes there. Into that one, right? We're going to shift up with the 3rd finger. And then, of course, this one. So last time, those 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. Then the next 3 sound like this. 2, ready, go. I just end on the downbeat of measure 8, not on the screen there. But measure 5, you know, I'm in this shape still, and I'm just got done strumming, you know, this chord, and then I'm gonna land here and pick just the G string, 4th fret, and then 3 to 5 hammer on the B, and back to 3 on the B, quarter note there, and then 4-2 slide on the G. And this isn't like a really quick slide. I'm not like sliding into the notes. I'm not, you know, it's not like real sharp. It's 2/8 notes, so I want to make sure that they have equal duration. Not, you know, not quick, but deliberate, right? Okay? So then we go to measure 6, and we get on the C chord there, play open G string though. Then we strum, 0-2 hammer on the D, then strum. Kind of a little bit of a Carter style-ish passage there. Next measure, play the 2nd fret D again. Then we got a little bit of an 8th note run here, kind of a little bluesy lick. So open G, 2nd fret, 3rd, 2, pull to 0, and then 2 on the D. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... Now we got the pull off in there, and as you see, it causes a double up, right? So anytime we have a hammer on or pull off, it takes the place of a pick direction, or very often it will, and it will cause very often a double up or a double down stroke. And in this case, right here, we have a double up. Can be a little tricky. You want to pay attention there. So that measure, 3, 4, down, up, up, up. Put all 3 of those together. 2, ready, go. Last time, ready, go. Okay, the next 3 sound like this, 8, 9, and 10. We get to the G chord there. There's that strumming pattern again that we worked on. Measure 8, can kind of end the phrase from the C chord, right? In measure 8, we land back on the G. We play the open G string. And then I'm going to strum my G chord, or the bottom half. And if you come with a regular kind of cowboy chord G there, that's fine too. You might see me kind of do either one, kind of the full G as I like to call it. You know, the a G, some even call it like a G5. Either way, though, it's gonna be fine. So open G, then we strum, then we have a little bit of a G run, open A, first fret, slide to 2, open D, next measure, open G, and strum. That kind of ends the first phrase, and then we pick up into the second half, 0-2 hammer on the D, and then open G. So. And then the next measure, we're going to slide into the 4th fret on the G with the 2nd finger and make that, again, F shape as I call it, but again, G chord, you know. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just want to be real light with the strumming, especially when you're playing up to speed and fast. It doesn't have to be, we don't have to make all these notes super loud, you know. It's just to help me keep the flow and fill in this space. We're, of course, going to get more expressive and more creative in the second arrangement. We're just some cross picking and other things, but again, we're just kind of filling up the space here. So those 3 one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, now let me back up and play from the beginning. Yeah, let me play through what we've worked on thus far from the top. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Do that one more time. I'm gonna do a little quicker this time, okay? A little more up to speed. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, there it is. So let's move forward when you are ready.